Assalamu alaikum, adab, good morning, sat sri akal, namaskar. My name is Sayyid Kaswar Abbas. Today, I'm going to talk about United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 5, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. So first of all, definition and explanation. I start with translation of Holy Quran, Surah number 3, ayah number 195. And their Lord responded to them, never will I allow to be lost the work of any worker among you, whether male or female. You are of one another. So those who immigrated or were evicted from their homes or were harmed in my cause or fought or were killed, I will surely remove from them their misdeeds, and I will surely admit them to gardens beneath which rivers flow as reward from Allah. And Allah has with him the best rewards. So in front of Allah Almighty, men and women are equal. Rather, in many ways, women have been given more rights in Islam. Another, Surah 16, Ayah 97. Anyone who works righteousness, male or female, while believing, we will surely grant them a happy life in this world, and we will surely pay them their full recompense on the day of judgment for their righteous works. There are many more Quranic ayat proving that Allah Almighty grants equality to both genders. Islam declares unequivocally that women as a human being is equal to a man. The Holy Quran addresses both women and men in the same manner. That is, Anas, O people, Al Insan, O human being, Al Bashar, O humans, and Al Momin, O believers. All these terms equally applicable to both women and men without any distinction whatsoever on the basis of gender. The Quran describes the equality of human origins. O mankind, reverence your guardian Lord who created you from a single person. The Quran, Surah 4, Ayah 1. And O mankind, we created you from a single pair of male and a female. Verily, the most honored of you in the sight of Allah is he who is the most righteous of you. The Quran, Surah 49, Ayah 13. Islam gives equal value to the life of women and men and emphasizes that point by defining equal punishment for a killer of either gender. If a man kills a believer intentionally, his recompense is hell to abide therein forever. Holy Quran, Surah 4, Ayah 93. So please understand Islamic concepts to be clear that both genders have equal rights, rather rights and care for women, girls, orphans, seniors, weaker in any way, have been repeatedly emphasized and warned of any transgressions. So people understanding about Islam must improve all around the globe. Gender equality is a human right, ladies and gentlemen, but our world faces a persistent gap in access to opportunities and decision making power for women and men. Globally, women have much fewer opportunities for economic participation than men, less access to basic and higher education, greater health and safety risks, and less political representation. Guaranteeing the right of women and giving them opportunities to reach their full potential is critical, not only for attaining gender equality, but also for meeting a wide range of international development goals. Empowering women and girls contribute to the health and productivity of their families, communities, and countries, creating a ripple effect that benefits everyone. The word gender describes the socially constructed roles and responsibilities that societies consider appropriate for men and women. Gender equality means that men and women have equal power and equal opportunities for financial independence, education, and personal development. Women's empowerment is a critical aspect of achieving gender equality. It includes increasing a woman's sense of self worth and her decision making power, her access to opportunities and resources, her power and control over her life inside and outside the home, and her ability to affect change. Yet, gender issues are not focused on women alone, but on relationship between men and women in society. The actions and attitudes of men and boys play an essential role in achieving gender equality. Education. Education is a key area of focus. Although the world is making progress in achieving gender parity, in education, girls still make up a higher percentage of out of school children than boys. Approximately one quarter of girls in the developing world do not attend school. Typically, families with limited means who cannot afford costs such as school fee, uniforms, and supplies for all their children will prioritize education for their sons. Families may also rely on girls' labor for household chores, carry water, and childcare, leaving limited time for schooling, but prioritizing girls' education provides perhaps one of the single highest return on investment in the developing world. An educated girl, ladies and gentlemen, is more likely to postpone marriage, raise a smaller family, have healthier children, and send her own children to school. She has more opportunities to earn income and participate in political processes, and she is less likely to become infected with illnesses like HIV and other things. Health and safety. Women health and safety is another important area. HIV/AIDS is becoming increasingly impactful for women. This can be related to women having fewer opportunities for health education, unequal power in sexual partnership, and are more likely to experience complications during pregnancy and childbirth. This is a critical concern in the countries where girls marry and have children before they're ready, often well before the age of 18. Quality maternal health care can provide an important entry point for information and services that empowers mothers as informed decision makers concerning their own health and health of their children. Women economic and political empowerment. Though women comprise more than 50% of world population, they only own 1% of world wealth. Throughout the world, women and girls perform long hours of unpaid domestic work. In some places, women still lack right to own land and inherit property, obtain access to credit, earn income, or to move up in their workplaces, free from job discrimination. At all levels, including at home and in public arena, women are outnumbered as decision makers. In legislatures around the world, women are outnumbered 4 to 1. Yet, women's political participation is crucial for achieving gender equality and genuine democracy. World Economic Forum recently ranked the United States as 19th in the world on Gender Gap Index. With women comprising less than one-fifth of the elected members of the Congress, the report identifies political empowerment as the greatest gender equity issue for the United States. The US ranked higher in economic empowerment, but women's earning power remains approximately 20% less than men's. Women in the United States have very high ranking of educational attainment, though with high levels of literacy and enrollment in primary, secondary, and university education globally, no country has fully attained gender equality. Scandinavian countries like Iceland, Norway, Finland, Sweden lead the world in their progress towards closing the gender gap. In these countries, there is relatively equitable distribution of available income, resources, and opportunities for men and women. The greatest gender gaps are identified primarily in the Middle East, Africa, South Asia. However, a number of countries in these regions include Lesotho, South Africa, and Sri Lanka outrank the United States in gender equality. How to achieve gender equality and women and girls empowerment, ladies and gentlemen. So I would suggest collaborate, not compete. In the corporate world, all around the globe, there is innate competitiveness where men compete against men, women against women, and women against men. So everyone is competing against each other. That kind of work culture generates cutthroat, unsupportive culture for both male and female folks. Some very senior women executives said to other women that stop having babies. I made a choice to not have children and it paid off. You cannot have both. Generally, this kind of advice is given to women for competing against inequality. Fortunately, there are senior women leaders who raise children as well as progressed in their career. It's just a matter of not bending to illogical acts by the negative culture. I have some statistics from Canada. Over 72% of Canadians' households are made up of two working parents, up from 35% in 1976. Bottom line is that running a family is expensive. Both parents generally have to work. Add to this, 20% of working parents are single parents, and 8 out of 10 are women. Women in Canada earn 28% less than men, and this gap is widening, not closing. Women in Canada are becoming better educated than men, with over half of university grads being women, and 35% of those are MBA graduates. Canada does not have a viable child care policy program. Women represent only 10% of seats on board of directors. Women hold only 8% of top paid jobs in Canada. 21% of single moms are raising their children in poverty in Canada versus 9.6 of total Canadian population living below the poverty line. 50% of women in Canada above the age of 18 have experienced sexual or physical assault. Is gender bias getting better with younger generation? Not necessarily. Young women get 80 to 90% of their male counterparts 1 year after graduating. What is the solution, ladies and gentlemen? Societies that value women and men as equal are safer and healthier. Everyone must start sharing the responsibilities at home and around. In homes, sons must start to cook food. Don't they eat? All family members start to learn and actually do all kind of work at home so that when children have their family, they're able to share responsibilities and support each other. Same diversification of skills, knowledge, and capabilities must be developed by businesses all around the world. One person must be able to perform multiple assignments, teach other people how to work on diverse activities. That will make teams cohesive, improve mutual trust and confidence, improve resilience and personal strength. Improving parenting. Parents must be more involved in children brought up and education of the children. Stop depending upon schools and daycare centers completely. Benevolent values can only be transferred by parents and family elders. Schooling has very limited role in forming up children personalities. When parents spend time with children of all ages, their mutual bonds get stronger. Values transfer and accountability is consistently done. Nurture family culture. While working at balancing gender inequality, nurturing family culture is extremely important. When everyone focuses on uncontrolled money making, family as well as social bonds are ignored. Resultantly, divorces, children leaving homes, disregard to parents, siblings, and other family members is considered normal. Such fractured and fragmented societies, as visible all around in current times, creates fragile behaviors, mentally and physically sick people, degraded work performances everywhere, negative approach towards weaker segments like women, girls, seniors, and children. Strong family units have always been a source of strength for societies and nations. When family members love and care for each other, they will love and care neighbors, for relatives, colleagues, in all people around them. Since sincere love and care for family members will be based upon giving rather than manipulating to dupe the belongings or getting some undue benefits from them. Fragmentations and fracturing of the societies around have started to show extremely dangerous trends like people targeting, abusing, and manipulating their nearest family members being immediately accessible to them for any material gains. So, focus of the cultures must be shifted from money, materials, and assets to love, care, and simple lives for all. Before forming a healthy family unit, weddings must become two families' affair. I would strongly recommend that Western societies must start to fix their wedding institution, joining two families rather than individuals. Wherever single moms or single dads are there, children must be nurtured with an idea that it's good to have a family rather than being alone. Yes, sometimes more or less sacrifices are needed to maintain healthy family units, but that's a factor contributing to family strengths. Parents must become role models who should be happily willing to take any burden, give any sacrifice for keeping family unit together. The members of such families will be sincerely loving, caring, strong, resilient, givers, committed, and responsible. Societies formed by such families will be progressive and strong. Such strong societies will deal their members with kindness, care, fairly, equally, and without bias. This culture will form basis of gender equality and leading to empowerment of their weaker segments, as they all will be loving and caring each member of the society. In South Asian societies, especially in Pakistan and India, as I see, it's extreme on the other side. There is a reasonably good family unit culture there, but a large part of population, due to their inherent insecurities, want to manipulate family members with an aim to control them. Women and girls are seen as objects rather than persons. Poverty, lack of inequality, education, and opportunities with poorly performing economies, mostly people use legal loopholes and emotional manipulations for ill gotten advantages in inheritance, sexual exploitations, and other assets duping kind of activities. Generally, women and other people are the target of such ill motivated activities. Corruption and poor performance of social justice system and government offices exacerbates the predicament of the targeted people there. In Middle East, in Africa, there are also similar issues of putting people under oppressive controls, women and girls being most affected from it. Concludingly, nurturing family culture must be top priority for all individuals, parents, governments locally and internationally. That effort will create strong and resilient societies, countries, as well as help global transformation towards sustainability and stable progress. clarity, simplicity, and positive perception. We all must be clear about purpose of our existence. Allah Almighty created us to worship Him and serve His creations to whatever best we can. All other purposes, values, systems must support the top level purpose. We must know our why of the life as well. But that should also be, in a way, supporting top level purpose. When we happen to ignore top level purpose and our why, we are confused and led astray. That seems to be a collective problem for all of us in current times, especially people at leadership positions. Adopt habits of simple thinking, simple living, simple eating. Be simplistic in everything. If anything complex comes in the way, break it down into simple and sequential pieces for clear solutions. We must look for role models, coaches, and mentors who can educate us about our purpose and how to achieve it. Unfortunately, most of the people think that Google, YouTube, and other internet resources can give them what they need. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to find out truth yourself. That's why everyone is confused. People look for role models, learn from them to find out the right way and how to move forward on that way. The understanding of purpose of life, positive perception of the things and surrounding you will start to help individually as well as collectively. In everything you are involved, including gender equality as well as women and girl empowerment. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes my message today. I'm thankful to all of you that you are listening to my videos, subscribing to the channel, and liking it and sharing it with others. And so, goodbye and Allah Hafiz till next time. Take care.